Hello, my name is Derek Kidhaya from Brickmann Properties Limited, and today we're here to speak with our legal advisor. We want her to tell us what are some of the things you should consider or look at before buying a property. How do you know whether property is legitimate? Kama kitu ni original, kama shamba ni genuine. Today we are going to be answering that question. Join me as we speak to Madam Mercy from Tane Mbele. At Brickmann Properties Limited, we promise, we deliver. And as we promise, and she will take us through all those processes. All the questions you have, kindly text inbox. We have a number running down the screen, and she will be here to answer your question. Madam Mercy.
Hi.
Habari yako.
Salama, salama.
Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. So, Madam Mercy, kindly introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Bwana Derek. My name is Mercy Mberia. I'm an advocate of the High Court for the last 13 years, and my specialty is in the land law. We call it property law. Yes.
Oh, that's very good. So, Madam Mercy, you know, a lot of clients have been going through the path of buying properties the wrong way, you know, getting properties zenye sio mzuri. So today, kindly take us through. Tell us how should a client avoid being scammed while buying a property?
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes. Now, as a buyer, when you go and identify a property you want to buy, of course you do a site visit. You are certain where the land is. Then you request for the copy of the title so that you can do their due diligence. If you don't get a copy of the title, of course you're being scammed.
Yeah, true.
That's the first way to know you're being scammed.
Title muhimu.
Title ni muhimu.
Kabisa.
Title ndio shamba. So once you get the copy of the title, then you engage a surveyor. The surveyor is supposed to ascertain whether shamba yenye umeonyeshwa is actually there. Because you can be shown a land, but when you go to check using a surveyor, shamba iko mahali pengine. So it is important that you engage a surveyor to ascertain the location of the property and the size of the property. Whether what is indicated in the title deed as a size is what is actually on the ground. Of course, after you engage the surveyor and they ascertain and they give you their report, that is when now you go to the lawyer. You engage a lawyer, a professional, wakili. And you can also know wakili mwenye ako active ama yuko active. There are lawyers who are practicing without license. You all know that.
Sasa hiyo mimi hata mimi mwenyewe siko anajua.
Sasa umejua. So just go to the LSK website and search the name of the advocate. And you'll know whether the advocate is active or inactive or struck out. Because some have been wamefutwa, wamekansoliwa kabisa from the LSK. They cannot practice at all.
Unajua tu ufikiria lawyer ni lawyer tu.
No. You need to check whether the lawyer is active. So that you now choose a lawyer who is active to represent you in the purchase. And of course the lawyer will engage with the lawyer of the seller. They will do the necessary sale agreements. Once they do the necessary sale agreements, then the payment is done. Then of course the other processes of consent and transfers are done, and you get your title. Yes.
There are those clients who fear, you know, maybe I don't trust a certain company. You know, what is the process? There's a process lawyer to lawyer. How do you call it?
No, what we usually do as lawyers, the moment you engage a lawyer, the lawyer will even do a search of the company. Yes. You'll do the search of the company to ascertain who are the directors of this company. The lawyer you have engaged will even request the copies of the IDs and PIN of the directors of the company. So that you need to do the due diligence of the company you're buying from, so that you can know, as the company has scams? Does it have history? You know that when you do your due diligence and when you engage as a lawyer to do that. Yes.
That's very important.
Yes.
Kindly take us through the title processing. Yeah.
Okay, once the agreement is signed by the parties, then there is something we call the Land Control Board consent documents, which are supposed to be signed. Now, the Land Control Board consent is required for all the agricultural properties. There's a law we call the Land Control Act, which provides that you need to get the Land Control Board consent for you to sell this property or to transfer this property to the buyer. And most boards are held once in a month.
Once in a month?
Yes, they are held once in a month.
Is there a certain date and money?
No, every board has their own time. There's when they hold, and they usually have a timetable.
A timetable.
They'll have a timetable when their board will be held. So they usually share. If you're interested to know, you'll get a timetable.
True.
Yes. So once you sign those documents, then it is the responsibility of the seller to make sure they book the land board consent.
Okay.
And now the parties attend the land board consent and they get the board consent.
Okay.
Once they get the land board consent, then that is when the transfer is signed. The transfer is also a standard form, which is also provided by the Land Registration Act, which is also a law providing for such transaction, the land transaction. So they will sign the transfer. A transfer is a document transferring the title from the seller to the purchaser.
Okay.
Yes, so that the title can move from the seller to the purchaser. So once that document is also signed, then there is an option where all the documents are given to the purchasers, lawyers, for them to do the transfer.
Okay.
But it depends on the terms of the agreement. There are other cases where it is the responsibility of the seller's advocate to do the transfer. So it depends on how are the terms of the sale agreement. Yes.
But speaking of the sale agreement, what is the importance of having a sale agreement?
A sale agreement is a contract stipulating the terms which have been agreed upon between the seller and the buyer.
Okay.
So we put it in writing now. Whatever you have agreed orally, we put it in writing. This is the plot you have agreed to purchase. This is the amount which you guys have agreed to purchase this plot. This is the deposit payable. This is the timeline within which to pay that deposit.
Plan.
Yes, the payment plan. Is it a cash sale? Is it an installment sale? So that one will be indicated. Where is the payment supposed to be paid? The bank details will be indicated there.